time to work with you, but we'll make some brief comments here. First, both of us were talking on the way here, we'd like to just recognize and maybe get the names for later, the drummer and the alto saxophone player right here. So if we can get their names, I'd like to recognize you guys for some fine work. So applause for them. Okay, so our job here in this short time is just maybe give you a couple quick comments that can help change something right away. All right, so one thing I'd like to change right away is make sure your trumpet bells are always up completely. Some of you had it, some of you didn't, and I think with all this trumpet power, you guys could use the same volume and the same sound and let the position of your trumpets work for you. Okay?
Just quickly, trumpets, you know what I call that in front of you? You do it on the tape, you stole it from me. That I call the biggest trumpet mute around. So no playing into that big trumpet mute. So you have to lower your music stand. Lower your music stand. Flatten it out a little bit. When you lower it, you flatten it out, and then you have to learn this wonderful technique, because I'm a trumpet player. We have to do this. We play like this, and we have to look like this. Down a little bit. Okay, but our bell stays up. Okay? Otherwise, and I always tease my students, I said, stop playing into that mute. Okay? Trombones did a great job staying out of that mute. That was great.
So I stole that from her because I think it's really funny. But I said saxophone mute because both of you guys, when you stood up to play your solo, you both had the music stand in front of your bells. So don't do that. And the tenors did the same thing. So just be aware of where your bell is. Although on saxophone, the sound comes out from all over. It doesn't just come out of the bells. But those instruments are very directional. So just be aware of where your bell is and make sure everybody can hear you. A section I'd like to commend just casually right now is the trombone section. The smallest section here is very good, very strong trombone. I like the trio and duo. I like the participation of all the players playing those solo parts together. And I would like to hear you guys start working with improvisation as well. How many of you have improvised solos before? It's very freeing because you can basically do whatever you want within the notes that you're given. You go, what rhythm can you play? Any rhythm. Just stick to these notes because those fit those chords. And it's pretty fun to do that. So what you may want to experiment with is, number one, taking the parts that you're all playing together and maybe playing it one at a time. Maybe playing, instead of the three of you playing a trio, maybe 4 measures, 4 measures, 4 measures. And each one of you gets a chance to phrase the way you want to phrase it, which is part of the fun of jazz, is phrasing things the way you want to do it. Getting a little bit of freedom there. So maybe mix it up with the section things. Playing the solos as a section, and also mix it up individually, and start playing some improvised solos.
I want to try something on the first tune. Take up your first tune, like Cubano. Drums, can you turn the snare off? Okay. I want you to hear how it's going to change the whole kind of, because you're such a good drummer. Okay. So. And you could have, but let's hear first, hearing what happens when we take the snare off and we put it more like in the bottom. Ready? One, begin. What tempo do we take? Ready? 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, 3, and. Go under the snare and make up something in between on the phrases. So you're 1, 2, oh, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to allow him to play stronger. Drummer's a lot of this stuff with music. that play big. Aim, see the back wall, trumpets? Pick a spot. Aim towards it. Ready? What number do you come in on? Where do you come in, trumpets? What measure number? 7? Ready? 7. Trumpets, you find that spot? You can't aim to a trombone player's head. There you go. The spot's back there. One, I know, we all want to cling on a trombone player, but we have to go above. That's okay. You know what the trombone players aim? They aim their spit valves for this. One, yeah. 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, 3, big. Everybody, big. Big. No shy treble players. 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, 3, and. Big. You get to play that now. Higher stick height. Yeah. That's what I wanted in this first one. Just this energy that came up from the breath.
And the only other thing I wanted, because it is pretty repetitive, is a little separation after that half note. Do, just a little bit of space, especially in this hall. So let's just try it one more time. Same thing. And now, if you're not confused enough already, you can add hi-hat. Tick, 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 tick. Okay? Right in 5. 1, 2, 5, 2, 3, 4.
Raise your hand if you're a first player. Okay, look. If you're a first player, take a look where we're at. What we normally want to do is we want to line up in the center, your first players. So first alto, first trombone, first trumpets. Because then you guys can hear each other really well. And then when you're phrasing, first trumpet rules on phrasing. And the director will work with the first trumpet. If you're in block, that's the reason why we line them up, so that you're always working together. So that's the only last thing I would say is just the position. Try to line up the first players right in a row, because you guys get a great blend, balance, your intonation is just really, really good. And I love the energy and trombones after the first piece. You guys were still singing the ending after you finished. That was fun to see. Very nice.